Hi guys, it's Carissa. Hopefully this works. I've been having trouble uploading videos from my phone, but I don't have much to update. Today I had an ultrasound. My first baseline ultrasound for this period was on Christmas Eve, and they had mentioned that I might drop down to a half dose of gonal by this ultrasound. But whenever I hear that, I kind of don't believe it because I'm so sluggish. I respond so poorly to fertility drugs. What works and really does a lot or even hyperstimulates some women just barely touches me. So when I went in today, I kind of expected to stay on the 75 units, and that's what the plan is. I have an appointment on Monday to follow up and, just kind of gauge where things stand. Today today was interesting because I had a new ultrasound tech, and I don't know if she's new there or just newish in general, but she was very, very slow and kind of methodical and gentle, and she just gave me reason to believe that she's a little bit newer to the process because she just really took her time, and I appreciated that. I, on Christmas Eve, saw the nurse that just is always so wonderful to me, and she always finds my right ovary with no trouble at all. And so I asked her if she could kind of help me describe it to the other nurses who sometimes kind of are a little more rough and make it kind of painful. And she did. She gave me good advice that actually worked today, because I told the girl that because it's tucked under my uterus, if you look between where my uterus is and where my right ovary should be, it kind of pops up. It's still not really easy to see, but it made a huge difference because she found it a lot faster that way. No pain, no grinding, or, fear of vaginal blowout, because it seemed to come up right away. It's still kind of my underperformer. It had, I think, 5 or 6 follicles on the right side, and the biggest one was just under a 9. And then my left side had, I think, about 10 or 11. And the largest one was just under a 12. So I'll be staying on the 75 units of gonal and the 5 units of Lupron. And my next appointment is the day after tomorrow on Monday. And then we'll see what happens. I'm glad I have an extra pen just in case, this gets a little drawn out. But I'm in it for the long haul. I know that this is just how it goes. So, as far as this cycle is concerned, though, I have made a few changes that I've never done before, and I'm proud of myself because it seems to be going well. I'm still sticking to trying to eliminate BPA exposure as much as possible. Of course, there's a lot of plastic in my home and in my life that I haven't gotten rid of, like my laptop's plastic and, things like that. But as far as cookware or things in my kitchen, things I eat and drink out of, I've made huge strides in the past couple of years to try and eliminate that. And I'm still sticking with my glass water bottle, even though I barely drink as much water as I need to. There's just something about plastic disposable water bottles that I want to finish the water and put it in the recycling and get a new one several times a day. There's just something about it. Whereas this, it can sit next to me all day. I'll carry it from room to room. I'll take it with me when I go somewhere, and I don't take a darn sip out of the thing. So I'm working on that. I'm trying, to, make sure I'm getting not only enough water, but again, trying to eliminate, drinking out of plastic water bottles at all. And my supplements, I did, as I've said before, I increased my CoQ10 from 100 milligrams or whatever it is, 100 to 300. And I'm hoping that helps with, the limited amount of time I've done it for. It's been about a month and a half, and hopefully that does help a little bit with egg quality and just with follicle growth. I hope that boosts it. But the bigger thing, which is what's really exciting to me, is that I have not missed a single dose of supplements or vitamins. Now, I do have to take maintenance medications. I never miss those. I have a separate routine for those. But for the 4 doses per day of supplements that I take, look, every cycle I get to a point where I'm like, screw it, it's not going to be doing much for me. You know, if I miss a dose, I don't care. Or if I miss days at a time, I would just kind of go, whatever. But this time I've just tried to be more diligent about it, pay more attention, and I have not missed a single dose. Every time I have to fill my pill container, I have to fill every square, and that's Saturday through Sunday, 4 times a day. I have different pills I take. So, and again, who knows whether or not those actually do anything or make a difference, but I'm willing to try it, I'm willing to do it, and it's been going well. So I'm excited about that. I am trying to make sure that I pay attention to my protein intake and increase my fat intake a little bit for this cycle in hopes that that also helps with fertility and conception. Not something I would do every day or in the future, but I've just been paying attention to that and trying to get over this sinus infection, which is pretty much gone. I just don't have my voice back yet. So I feel good. I feel a little renewed. I have to admit, I hope I don't cry. On Christmas Eve morning, before my appointment, when I was, doing my makeup and doing my hair and getting ready to go to my appointments, I watched Crystal's video. Actually, she had 3 videos up. So I was watching those. And in one of them, she just touched my heart. I went into my appointment and basically into the last few days with a completely different feeling about what I'm doing. It's hard. It's really hard because, like she said, to hear other people say, keep trying, don't give up. Sometimes it just feels a little bit, it just burns, it's hard to go through a time like the holidays and, see people, get Christmas cards with their children and know that they're having these beautiful Christmas mornings and just feeling so empty and knowing, here's another year where it's just us and it hurts even more this year, just like it does every year. And so it's tough, but if you don't keep trying, your odds are so much worse, or you have none at all. And I just felt like I needed to have a different attitude. Not that I was being negative, or not that I am not happy that I'm doing this cycle, but, going from IVF to an IUI does kind of feel like, I'm going through the motions. But like I said before, it's like my scratch-off lottery ticket. I have to scratch it off. I can't win the money if I don't play. So even though it just feels like, yeah, whatever, it's not going to work, but I have to do it, and I have to believe and have faith that someday I won't have to do this anymore, So it just felt so good to hear that. And Crystal, I thank you so much, because sometimes it just seems like it is really easy to forget where you've come from and how hard things were, but it really meant a lot to me that you said what you did. So I had a good cry before my appointment, and I went into it feeling a lot more optimistic, a lot more hopeful. So thank you, because I needed that. But otherwise, everything's great. We're just getting ready to do it and see what happens and make our other plans from there. So I will update you. I'm not sure if I'll have anything to update on Monday, but if I do, I will let you know. And I hope you all had a wonderful holiday and that you have a great celebration, or even if it's low-key like what we're going to do, you welcome 2014.